Hello and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, I would like to continue my mission to keep you home and safe from the ongoing pandemic by talking about 10 books that you should read if you love Stray Kids. Since the virus is spreading everywhere right now, we all need to be responsible and work together in order to stop this outbreak. And the easiest way to do so is to stay home and avoid contact with other people. I'm in lockdown myself and I know that isolation can be difficult. So today we're gonna talk about 10 books that you may want to check out if you love Stray Kids. If you like reading, this could be a great opportunity to spend some quality time while you are indoors. And since the point of all of this is for you to stay home, I will be linking some of these books in the description down below for you to read for free. So please take advantage of that and stay safe, you guys. Now, the first book that I would like to talk about today is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, a novel that was heavily referenced in Levanter. The Alchemist is about a shepherd boy named Santiago who has a dream about a treasure hidden under the pyramids of Giza. An alchemist convinces him to go on a journey in order to find it. And when the Levanter arises, Santiago eventually leaves for his quest. According to the author, this book is more self-help than literature. So if you enjoy a good story that also focuses on self-discovery and self-improvement, this is the book for you. Next up we have The Maze Runner, a dystopian science fiction series by James DASHNER. The first book focuses on a group of boys and a girl who join forces in order to escape a giant maze that changes every day. If you like the storyline the Stray Kids have been presenting in their videos, this series and the first book in particular is definitely worth checking out. But as the story progresses, there is also a virus involved. So if you want to get distracted, maybe let's move on to the next one. The third book on this list is Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. Now, this is an interesting one because it's a poetry book about a boy who has to avenge the death of his brother. In order to find the killer, he gets on the elevator of an 8-story building, and on each floor he meets a different person that tells him a story. Like Stray Kids visit different worlds every time they get on an elevator, the protagonist of this book faces different realities that help him realize the cycle of violence that he's stuck in. So if you like poetry and elevators, check this one out because it's definitely worth a read. The next book that I would like to recommend to you guys is Suzanne Collins' The Hunger Games, a dystopian trilogy set in Panem, a post-apocalyptic version of North America where the country is divided into districts and every year a group of people is forced to kill each other in a televised event. I'm sure that most of you is already familiar with this one. So in case you love The Hunger Games but you already read it, another book that you may want to check out is Battle Royale by KOSHUN TAKAMI. Now, this book is basically the OG Hunger Games because it came out long before that and has the exact same premise of the trilogy. This novel is about a class of high school students who get sent on an island where they must fight to the death until only one is left alive. This one, however, is much more gory and violent than the Hunger Games. So if you're not into that but you still like dystopian fiction, another book that you may like is The Giver by Lois Lowry. Together with The Hunger Games, The Giver is heavily referenced in District 9, and it revolves around the story of Jonas, a young boy who lives in a seemingly perfect world where people don't feel any pain because of sameness, a process where the citizens are deprived of any emotion in order to create a utopia. When Jonas turns 12, he becomes a receiver of memories, that is a person who has the task to collect the memories of the people prior to the sameness. And the rest of the story revolves around Jonas unraveling the dark secrets hidden behind the perfect facade of the community that he lives in. Next up we have 1984 by George Orwell, a dystopian novel whose general plot is heavily referenced in District 9, My Pace, and Miro. The book revolves around a totalitarian regime where people are constantly being watched by the Big Brother. The mysterious leader of this regime spies on his people through a complex system of cameras and telescreens. Much like what we see in Stray Kids' storyline, the book follows the protagonist's attempt at finding his individuality in a society that denies it. But as the story progresses, we found out that his quest is easier said than done. Speaking of 1984, the next book that I would like to recommend to you guys is 1Q84 by Murakami Haruki. Now, this is an interesting one because it follows a woman who lives in 1984 Tokyo and finds herself in a parallel universe where reality is completely different. Much like what we see in videos like Side Effects, Double Knot, Astronaut and Levanter, this alternative world has two moons, and as the story progresses, the parallel universes become more and more intertwined with one another. If you guys love Stray Kids, but this kind of book is not exactly your cup of tea, another novel that I would like to recommend to you is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. This one is about a boy named Oscar who finds a key belonging to his dead father and goes on a quest around New York in order to find out what the key actually opens. In Stray Kids' storyline, keys are an important aspect of the plot, and much like what happens in the book, the boys have to find the right door to open in order to move on and leave their past behind. Last but not least, we have Mountain Interval, a collection of poems by Robert Frost. Now, this one is a must-read for Stays because this collection also includes Road Not Taken, which is a poem that inspired the song with the same name featured in Claire 2 Yellowwood. If you want to check this out, you will find the book in the description down below together with a couple of others as well. So stay home, stay safe, and take care, you guys. So that's it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.